Tuni ta mauna I ta lai o wai ale ale lai wai lua. Ukia e lai kalani ka papa au wai o kawai. Ta lai a e lai no no. Nalo ka ipuha ka laula mau ka o ka paa. Mai pai ta leo. He oli ta he a mai.
Ia ke kanaka e kumu maloko. E hanai a he wawaha e a kaukalao ka leo. A he leo ale nui.
Each year in Hawaii, as part of a familiar rite of spring, all eyes turn toward Hilo and the Merrie Monarch Festival, where for 1 week the sleepy town awakens to an annual celebration of Hawaiian culture and the art of hula. Tickets to the Edith Kanakaʻole Stadium, home of the Merrie Monarch Festival's hula competition, are precious and difficult to acquire. For the past 50 years, the Merrie Monarch Festival has celebrated the art of hula. And from its humble beginnings, this annual event is now an internationally renowned hula competition. Aloha kākou, I am your host, Palani Vaughn. To commemorate its golden anniversary, the festival hosted a special exhibition, or Hawaiʻi, that featured many of the legendary hula schools who have graced its stage over the years. The Hawaiʻi was first conceived by festival president Luana Kavelu with the help of the late kumuhula O'Brien Eseli.
One of my pupunas would tell me, you know, O'Brien, hula cannot exist in the world of hatred, anger, jealousy, envy. It has to be pure aloha. So teach your students love. And only then will the hula, the true essence of the hula, show itself.
Because it's the 50th, I'd like to honor all those who were with us from the start and persevered, and that's why we are at 50 years today. It was through their efforts and struggles that made Merrie Monarch what it is today.
Hey! Tahaualai tahua Hawaii, tahaualai tahua Hawaii, tahaualai tahua Hawaii.
As generations of dancers took the stage, the years faded away, and we were connected to each other until the memorable hula performances brought back to life. Three years before its 50th anniversary concert, the festival reached out to legendary kumuhula, or hula instructors, to respected hula dancers, and to halau hula, or hula schools, who have left unforgettable imprints on the Merrie Monarch Festival.
I was crying through the whole thing, just watching the different groups that were coming on, you know, and just watching these people, you know, that I used to compete with, not so much against, but with, and it's just awesome.
The Hauʻoli Hula Maidens were the winners of the very first hula competition in 1971.
I guess they saw in what we did was what to them was hula. You know, that's what they knew as hula.
We were not slim, we were all big, hefty, tall, short, skinny, you know, all mixed, yeah? No makeup whatsoever, nothing.
We see each other often, you know, but we don't dance together like we used to. So it's really nice that we can dance together again.
A consistent winner during the 1970s, the Ilima Hula Studio returned to the Merrie Monarch Festival stage and showcased the legacy left by sisters and kumuhula, Louise and Luca Kalama Kr. Aloha Daliri was the very first winner of the solo hula competition in 1971, which would come to be known as Miss Aloha Hula. As part of the special anniversary, Aloha Daliri danced on the Merrie Monarch stage along with other past winners of the Miss Aloha Hula title. The men of Waimapuna, led by renowned and venerated kumuhula, Darolupe Nui, was one of the most respected halau competitors and repeat men's hula champions from the early years of the hula competition. Former Waimapuna dancer Chinky Mahoe, now a kumuhula himself, would persuade his Waimapuna hula brothers to gather for one more dance so they could honor their late kumuhula, Darolupe Nui.
We'll be thinking about Daro Ihilaokea, and he'll always be close and treasured to all our hearts. I mean, every one of us. We all feel the same.
So even if the halau split like 3 times, all that is gone, and we're together again. I think for me, I think that's the most awesome time, is to be able to see us to come back together, you know, because we've been separated, and then but our hearts are always together as dancers. The highest emotion was after the Ho'ike was finished, and we went into this one bunch huddle, and just looking at their face was like kind of sad, but awesome at the same time.
When the men's division was started in 1976, Halau Nakamale won the first place trophy.
As a young dancer who didn't know anything about what hula was, but we were there to perform, you know, it was just like invigorating, and just to be able to be doing something that was new but yet culturally rich.
Its kumuhula, Robert Casimiro, is also one of Hawaii's most revered entertainers. It was a memorable moment when Robert took the stage alongside his former dancers.
To perform those numbers that we performed was incredible because they meant a lot to us. And I thought it was great that he gave us an opportunity to not only dance, but then to be on the pahu and to, you know, ho'opa'a as well.
I realized that my body is not as young and flexible as it used to be. We were in a prone position because it was for sharks, and to be rehearsing like that, my body didn't bounce back so easily.
And then the finals, you know, singing of Waika with them, like we started, you know, way back in '75, was just magical.
The Merrie Monarch Festival's 50th anniversary Ho'ike night was a special gift of so many wonderful nostalgic hula memories relived in Hilo. The seeds of the Merrie Monarch Festival were planted during a time of great hardship. On May 23, 1960, a tsunami, or a series of tidal waves, hit Hilo town. Reaching heights of 35 feet, the tsunami destroyed much of the island's capital. 61 people lost their lives, and the economy of the Big Island struggled to recover. Helene Hale, then the executive officer of the Hawaii County, asked Kumuhula Uncle George Na'ope and County Administrator Gene Wilhelm to create an event that would attract visitors back to Hilo, to boost the economy, and to help to lift the spirits of the local community. They thought it would be appropriate to honor King Kalama Kr, who was known as the Merrie Monarch, because of his love and royal patronage of Hawaiian culture, music, and the hula. And so the Merrie Monarch Festival was launched in 1964. In its early years, the Merrie Monarch Festival hosted a week of concerts, hula performances, and fun events, such as a beard growing contest and the barbershop quartet competition. Unfortunately, by the late 1960s, Merrie Monarch Festival was struggling and on the verge of being canceled. Dorothy Thompson, newly appointed festival chairperson, was asked to rescue the event. Affectionately called Auntie Dottie, she believed that a hula competition would create interest and excitement and give the festival renewed life.
When it first started, I remember Auntie Dottie saying, you couldn't even give the tickets away. They had buttons. She would go into the bar and give away the buttons for free just to get people to come to the festival.
For Auntie Dottie, she owned the Merrie Monarch. She dedicated her whole life to making sure that this festival was going to be successful.
And so she convinced Uncle George Naope to return from Honolulu to Hilo and join her in this new mission. Together they met with many of the hula masters of that era and received their kokua, or their help, in formulating the rules of a hula competition. And with Uncle George's influence in the hula community, they were able to recruit the hula competition's first entries and judges.
He came down to talk with me. He wanted suggestions as far as rules. Was it where everybody comes to like a luau kind of thing, a show is put on? This was a contest, and everybody's all excited who's going to win. And to me, when you enter a contest, you are all winners, because a teacher's not going to go and show her students who's not prepared. You know, hula is always hula. And that's a feeling I had then. I think I'm almost sure I'll have it here. Because hula can never change. Because when it comes to hula, it comes from the heart. Yeah, so in other words, you're going to go right, left.
Many hula teachers, or kumu hula of that era, felt that a competition was at odds with hula's cultural and spiritual values. And so the role and responsibilities of the competition's judges is so very critical to the perpetuation of traditional hula.
I want to maintain it so that one day when my great-grandchildren are watching a performance, there should be no question as to what style of dancing they're doing. There are basic steps like the hela, the kaholo, that have to be used in a hula. The hula expresses the poetry or the lyrics to a song or chant. The costumes reflect the time of when that chant was composed or when the song was written. The lei can be the kino lau, the plant form of the gods. So there's many things that, when put together, create a hula.
The judges have a lot of influence in judging as to how hula is going to change. And when they pick the winners, the people see this and they feel this is what the judges expect of hula.
I learned at a very early age that you can lose if you go to win, and it was very hurtful. So you have to go for a different purpose. Otherwise, you know, it gets to be very negative, and that's not what it's about.
They're competing against each other, but they also have respect for each other. And so from this Merrie Monarch, it has grown relationships of kumu hula and halau together in many different ways, coming to the aid of other, halau, helping them out. It's just really amazing.
Majority of the kumu who enter Merrie Monarch care about each other. There are many halau where other teachers will sing for them. They will help each other. And I think that's really nice. And I don't see them doing that in Western competitions. The Merrie Monarch competition holds 2 meetings a year where the judges can express why they judged a certain way, or if anyone has a question, they can ask.
When we go to the meetings, the kumu meetings with the judges, we come together as a family. Even though we're in a competition, competing against each other, when we sit in those meetings and we listen to everybody talk, we're a family.
Hula kahiko, or ancient style of hula, is steeped in cultural traditions, disciplines, and protocols. Contained in its chanted lyrics are the shared experiences of the Hawaiian people. For the haumana, or students of many schools of hula, the learning of hula is more than just the steps, leg, hand, and arm motions of the dance. Hula also encompasses the o'olelo, or the Hawaiian language, the crafting of costumes and implements, the skills of chanting, and a deep understanding of the kaona, or deeper hidden meanings of the stories being told.
You express yourself through your face, your hands, your body. You tell a story. One of the main things is that you're telling a story when you're dancing the hula. It's not just moving the hands every which way to music. One of the most important parts of hula is the footwork. You have to start there. It's like a tree. A tree will not grow without the roots. The roots have to be embedded and in the ground in order for the trunk to stand up without falling down.
Following ancient hula traditions, the dancers of Chinky Mahoi's Kawaiʻi Ula made their own knee-fastened drums called puliu from coconut shells and dried fish skins.
I've never seen an all-kane group dance with these drums. So being that it was the 50th anniversary, I wanted to do something kind of off the wall. Ha! Originally, the skin of that drum was the mano, which is the shark, and also the kala, which is another type of surgeon fish. We use the kala this time, and it brings out a louder sound than the cow skin, which a lot of people use today. So using the drumming and the slapping of the chest and the stomping of their feet on the stage to bring out the different sounds of what the chant was talking about, you know, whether it's the thunder or the earthquake.
This chant speaks of a famous journey undertaken by King Kalama Kr's wife, Queen Kapi'olani, as she sailed aboard the steamship Waimanalo and landed near the sugar plantation town of Waimanalo on the eastern windward side of Oahu Island. Native Hawaiian chants are oral histories of the Hawaiian people. Some of the stories are of very ancient origin, while others were created during the more recent historical times and eras.
You'll notice if you look at this year's performance that half of the girls were using ipu heke and the other half were using ipu heke ole. The ipu heke is reserved for kumu, or those who are in training to be kumu. And the ipu heke, because it's a double gourd and generally it's bigger than the ipu heke ole, it has a much deeper and a fuller sound than the ipu heke ole.
As in traditional times, the hula in these modern times is perpetuated and preserved in the manner of ancient instruction protocols to a new generation of aspiring hula students. And in 2013, the defending overall winners, Hawaiʻi Kiu, brought to the Merrie Monarch's hula stage a group of haumana who were completing their uniki, or graduation, as kumu hula. It was the last time these haumana would dance together on the Merrie Monarch stage.
And uniki, the word uniki is to bind. It is actually the name given to the traditional ceremonies, because in there, of course, is this binding of knowledge from teacher to student.
And it's our first babies, you know. They're not babies anymore, but they're our babies as far as Halau i ka Waikiu. They're the ones that are going to keep our traditions going.
Oke kuaia oke le pogo le ke kai o Europa oke la kai e uemu oke ala le o kueka oke kuaia oke le pogo le ke kai o Europa oke la kai e uemu oke ala le o kueka. Nana iho o kanani, kili pohe o ai kupika, la ika na aloha o palika, ika la itu o venuka. Nana iho o kanani, kili pohe o ai kupika, la ika na aloha o palika, ika la itu o venuka. Au moe o Italia, e kilo I la whana I ka olu, I ka waipahe o Hawaiʻi, I ka ui ka olelani, o moe o Italia.
You want those moments to last forever. We're here to make memories for each other, and as I look back on it, there was nothing but pride for our students and the work that they accomplished and bringing that to the stage.
At its heart, the art of hula is about telling stories. Stories that are important to the composer, to the dancer, and even to the audience. That is especially true in Hula Kahiko, in which the lyrics connect to the thoughts and feelings of ancestral Hawaiians long gone.
Johnny, he's very creative and dynamic with his choreography for Hula Kahiko. Kind of brought that whole imaginary image of his stories alive.
I was interested in all the old stories. My family, my mom's family comes from Puna, and that is where I get all the stories from. Puna have much legends, and not, our family comes from down there and we hear it, and not everybody know about it. This is Merrie Monarch, so you like put something that the crowd going enjoy. I don't want to go out there and do something that everybody knows.
Every day, there are new stories to tell. Sometimes it is appropriate to use the ancient styles of chanting and hula kahiko to tell a new story. But usually, the hula awana is the form that modern kumuhula choose to fully express their own creativity.
In the early years, Uncle George and Ope used to say, we as Hawaiians, we love to create. And the Merrie Monarch allows the kumus to be able to create and be creative in their hula.
Over the years, with the innovation of many of the kumu hula, it became more of an art form rather than just a dance. So I've seen it gone from simplicity to creativity and to being more complicated and more beautiful to me today.
We have shared with the world performances that are really great works of art that now people have tried to imitate. But the reason why it's so special, Merrie Monarch, is because it's always a creative place.
As Hilo connected with its past, a hula reunion was also being celebrated by the Daliri Ohana, or family, as well. Like their mother, each of the daughters of Aloha Daliri are former winners of the coveted Miss Aloha Hula title, and each is now a kumu hula as well. For the 2013 golden anniversary, her daughters returned to dance for their mother's halau in competition.
It starts with my mom's four-time great-grandfather, Keola, who our halau is named after. Her tutu Keola came to her in a dream and told her, your Hawaiian name is going to be Keola Laulani, the beginning of new life. So I look at it today as my tutu knew that hula was gonna truly be in our lives a great deal. And that's why he gave my mom that name, Keola Laulani, the beginning of new life, because it was gonna be something new for all of us, more than what my mom could ever perceive.
With everybody preparing for the 50th anniversary of the Merrie Monarch, my mom just told us, you know, it's a reunion year and I want all my daughters dancing back in the line. That would be her dream, to have her daughters and her granddaughter on the stage for one more.
Mom's always been the one to sit in the back, do her chanting, and watch the line as she's dancing. But to see her daughters back on that stage, you know, might be a little overwhelming for her. I think it's emotional for all of us. When my sisters went on their own, I don't think I ever thought we'd ever be on the stage again.
Well, this is definitely a special time for all of us, you know, with Mom being the first Miss Hula, and then the three of us all following in her footsteps, and now coming together as a family to represent our grandmother, our lineage, in the best way that we can.
Hula is our koko, that's in our blood. And it takes me back to my mom's name, the beginning of new life, that hula will always be in us and it'll always be our lives.
you know how you can tell a good dancer from a not so good dancer? Is a good dancer will never show herself in a group. She will always dance like the group. But you take her out of the group, she'll turn into a butterfly.
I was at the airport waiting for my flight, and I heard Green Rose Hula. So I said, oh, this is the song I want to do. And because I knew that Uncle George, his favorite flower or his lei he always liked was green rose. The boys wanted to use a vest to show this courting and love affair that was happening back in the time of our grandparents.
The other thing I look back on is watching my two girls grow up. And to see them grow up through Merrie Monarch and to go back and look at the old pictures of the first time Kahikino went on the stage with me to carry my pahu, and she was 5 years old. And that one picture of her looking up at me is just takes my breath away. When your children are young, you only wish that they're going to love what you love, but you can't make them love it. And to now see that they do love what we love. When we placed first in the women's overall, and all that excitement of the moment was done, and I thought about, wow, we have this great honor at the 50th Merrie Monarch Festival.
The final dance of the evening on Saturday night was a tribute to Hilo. Hilo is the place of the Merrie Monarch. Hilo is the place that has extended his aloha to all of us.
So we chose to do Mahalo e Hilo Hanakahi to say thank you, and we thought that would be a great way to honor the 50th, was to honor Hilo. We ended with Hilo March, and that's the anthem for Hilo. So they were getting very, very excited and very, receptive to that ending, and that's the way the Merrie Monarch ended this year, was with that tribute to Hilo.
I loved it. And I still love it today. I still love it today. I still love hula. I love the performance. More, you know, give us more.
Today, the art of hula enjoys global popularity. Halau have emerged from everywhere, and many of the kumu hula are asked to teach eager students in Japan, Mexico, Europe, and just about every major country in the world.
There's always a long waiting list of people who want to enter, you know, who want to come and be a part of it. Just being a part of it, stepping on that stage, it's history.
When you see them on stage, the beauty up there and all of what has been taught for many, many years is now shown on that stage. It's priceless, priceless.
Thank you. Mahalo for joining us in our celebration of Hawaii's most revered hula festival. In the words of our great King Kalama Kr, hula is the language of the heart, therefore the heartbeat of the Hawaiian people.
If you would like more information regarding this program or other episodes of Pacific Heartbeat, visit www.pacificheartbeat.org.